Hello friends, it's Miss Natalie here with another drawing tutorial, and this time it's how to draw a Cubist portrait. If you remember, Cubism is the art form that takes the three-dimensional and flattens it into two-dimensional. And we're going to look less at the analytical Cubism, which is breaking something down into geometric shapes. And we're going to look at the synthetic cubism, which is building something out of geometric shapes. And what we're going to build out of geometric shapes is a portrait. I would like you, when you do your portrait, try to do it of a person, a live person that you can see from multiple angles. But if you can't do that, then try to find a picture of a person. You don't have to print it out. It can be on your computer of different angles of the same person. So I just found this online. There are some really great reference images out there for a portrait. So sorry about that ring. So when I start with a regular portrait, I usually start with the eyes and then build the features from there. But this is not a regular portrait. This is abstract. So I'm going to start with an interesting line. The Cubists often combine different viewpoints. Remember, they're not interested in one perspective, but multiple views. So I'm going to combine this kind of 3/4 pose with this straight on pose. And I'm going to start with the profile of that 3/4 pose. And I'm going to just break it down, though, into very geometric form. So yeah, if that was, hopefully you can see that. I'll make that a little darker so that you can see that. I normally would do that very light. So that's just like the basic geometric line I see happening there. And then I'm going to bring the shape of this face in. So actually I'm going to build up a shape here. Use this line. So I'm going to kind of make this shape that I see. There's a jawline. There's the ear kind of comes here. So I'm just going to make this out of, a combination of geometric and organic shapes. But very abstract, very flat, very much about shape. All right, and then I'm going to look at this face here and maybe add something there, a shape there, so this side of the face. So we're looking at profile and straight on both at the same time. And I really like this shape of the neck, so I'm gonna put that in. Maybe make that a line. Again, it's looking very abstract, and I'm going to exaggerate it too, because why not? That's also abstract, kind of an exaggeration. And I like this line that's here too. I kind of like making that whole thing a shape. And then there's kind of something happening with the shoulders and a shape there. And then I could put in a shape here from that shoulder, and that kind of gives me some interesting shapes to work with. There's kind of a line here, which is kind of cool. I don't know, I just feel like this should go there for some reason. Kind of just making it up as I go along, because this is abstract and it's what I see and it's turning things into shapes, right? Right. Okay, so then I'm going to go look at this, and I'm going to put in an eye that is kind of a shape of an eye, and this is the shape that I see, kind of the basic shape I see when I look at this eye. And I'm not trying to make it realistic at all. I'm trying to make it abstract. Shape of an eyebrow, shape of an eye. I see this mouth. Making it more exaggerated. Maybe. So, yeah. And then this eye here, which you can't see because of the nose, but I kind of like that there. And the eyebrow. Again, I'm having more than one perspective at the same time, and that's okay. So, yeah. I've got a nostril. Even bringing this shape back in. Get there. And I might even think about like the planes of the face. Bringing a line in here. I know this is, I'm not supposed to be breaking it up, but I kind of do want to break it up a little bit, break these shapes up a little so it's less just building and more creating as well as building. I'm just going to make some eye pupils and highlights there. I've got an ear here. And a shape inside the ear, and let's add some hair. Shape of the hair, kind of want it to just be fairly interesting and simple. And again, I'm creating shapes not necessarily only geometric shapes, but also some kind of organic shapes. And I kind of like the idea of the hair going off the side of the picture as well, and bringing it back. Maybe leaving those shapes overlapping lines. And so I've got this face pretty much here, and I've got the hair. Actually, I think I'm going to make the hair huge, because why not? Why can't I make it really big? It's exaggeration. That's part of making something abstract, is also exaggerating for emphasis. And then what I'm going to add to my picture, because I don't have this, is an interesting background that uses some lines and shapes to make a pattern. Something that will enhance what I already have. So I have these interesting curves. I've got this long neck. So I think if I do lines that go up and down, that will enhance what I already have for my background. And then I could add something like, I don't know, something interesting to make a pattern. Ooh, I like that. So I've got this kind of interesting checkerboard-ish pattern. I could add more shapes to it, less shapes to it, but I've got kind of a pattern happening here. I kind of like adding circles to it, almost as if it's, oh, no, not there. Oh, I could add it here and there, like Swiss cheese. Why not? Indeed. So, yeah. Hopefully you can't hear all that noise in the background. If you can, I apologize for it. So yeah, that's my sketch. The next thing I'm going to do is going to color it in. So it's your turn. Go make some art.